Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, King's School Chester on the Berkshire Station, Bedford School. To the right, Junior Open 8s. What do you make of that start, Adam? They've done that neatly enough, haven't they?
So much energy, isn't there? So much intent there to get off the blocks. Great to see that. Particularly, yeah, it did look like the Bedford crew did give it some welly there in the blue and white, which is just on the right-hand side of the screen. And your guess is always good as mine when you've got the parallax like this, but it looks like they might have taken a bit of an early lead there in the Bedford School boat.
Yeah, they gave it some grunt, some clout at the start of the race, and they've opened up that lead. Bedford School going away on the right-hand side to more than a length clear.
Definitely looked like some of the boys in the middle there were giving it plenty of beans, and I was just thinking, I hope they're going to be able to transition out of this. But I mean, well, spoke too soon, haven't I? I think they've managed to find a nice gear there, cruise out of that, and establish.
Answered your question, haven't they?
They have, yes. Yes, they did give it some beans, and they found a way to cruise.
So far, it's going to be interesting to see how much that start did take out of them. You can see King's School Chester nearest to the camera.
There we are, and this is challenging, isn't it? Because when you're rowing in this position, your only really reference point is your puddles of your opponent. So they're having a good look at that and really trying to row their race and do the best they can to stay in contact with this event.
But for Bedford School, Thomas Reader, the Cox there. It just dropped whilst we were watching that really closely, they dropped the rate right down. There was obviously, you saw Thomas Reader have a look round to see where King's School Chester were, then turned back round, clearly issued the instruction, and the rate dropped right down almost within a second or so. It was quite smart, that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be really confident with what you're giving your crew and commands like this, because you don't want to muck around. And if you are doing a bit of a crowd pleaser or saving some energy,
showboating,
yeah, you need to be clear that it's going to be the right thing to do.
Because presumably trying to inject some pace back into the boat if you overcook the, well, we call it showboating. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right expression, but there's a danger, isn't there, if you drop it off too much and then have to dig deep to get the momentum back in the boat. That's quite tough.
Exactly, yeah. Rebuilding a momentum off a big boat like that is going to be challenging, definitely.
It gives King's School Chester a bit of impetus, a bit of a resurgence from them. Bedford School seem to have got the tactics right.
This is great crew from Chester, though, on the other side there. They've done a good year of racing, going all over the place ahead of the Charles and lots of different regattas. So this has been a good experience for them, and they've come up against a tough opponent here in Bedford School.
Bedford School, class act. Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. And they got their pacing all right. Over the line they go. Great start from them. We talked about the grunt and the clout at Temple Island, and they managed to hold all the way down the course to beat the King's School Chester in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.